27th, all of you. Just wanted a few things to update you on. Probably all of you have heard earlier this week, the Bassett Healthcare Network, one of the largest employers in our region, made a significant announcement regarding a new partnership with Optum Healthcare. This is a transformational type of partnership for healthcare, and really it's kind of on the leading edge of what you're going to be seeing in the future of healthcare. These partnerships, really, where you're taking a lot of the core back-end industry functions such as revenue cycle management, analytics, IT, which is really not a lot of our core competencies, and really allowing us to leverage, a company, like Optum that has a lot more bandwidth than we do, especially in rural America. It also is going to be an opportunity for about 500 of our employees to continue to really gain skills, as well as being able to have job growth opportunities without having to leave our community. So these individuals will be able to continue to work, live right here in our county without having to, to leave for other jobs, because they'll be able to have enhancements with their own current career and have career opportunities within that company without leaving, because they're more of a virtual company. So it is a win-win all the way around, not just for our employees, but also for Bassett Healthcare Network. So I just wanted to let all of you know. So if you're hearing things out there, rumors, this is something that we, went through really a 7-month process, a lot of due diligence, and we believe this really sets Bassett Healthcare Network on a very strong footing going forward for us to continue to remain an independent healthcare organization. So I didn't know if there was any questions or rumors or anything that people are hearing out there that you'd like to ask or discuss.
Not a thing.
Okay. All right.
That was good to know, because of course the rumors you hear is Bassett just cut 500 jobs.
Right.
And then of course that's all they have, no other information.
Right.
So
exactly.
that's good to hear that people still have jobs and can stay in the area. So.
Yes, and actually these jobs are going to be better benefits, better better salaries, as well as stock options. All right. So we'll go right into the approval of the minutes from our April 22nd meeting. Any comments, questions, changes, corrections to any of those minutes? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Josh, I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Josh. All in favor, say aye or wave your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you. We'll now move into the report of the Audit and Finance Committee and Treasurer. Jeff, morning.
Good morning. I'd like to, I think as indicated in the emails, we do have draft minutes from the meetings. We'll let them stand as the report from Audit and Finance.
All right. Any questions or anything regarding the report, team? All right. Can I get a motion to approve the report?
So moved, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. Can I get a second?
Second, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl. All in favor, say aye or wave your hands.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all. We'll move into bills and communications. Megan?
Yep, so I sent a list out to everyone yesterday. The only one that isn't normal is the, I don't know if you guys remember, we did the recovery fund, and the last one was Film Coop, and the board decided not to go over the $50,000 amount, so I reached out to the Community Foundation and the Cooperstown Foundation, and they agreed to pay the remainder of that. So I did write them a check for $391, and you'll see on the deposit side that that was reimbursed to us by the Cooperstown Foundation. We do have one check for the CRC, which is the $2,500 audit expense from Monsert, Manzanero, and Scott. Other than that, everything is normal operating expenses. And then on the deposit side, we did receive 2 of our admin fees for the IDA from Corning and Hillside Commons. Still waiting on a couple more. And then just rent payments. And that's it.
All right. Excellent. Any questions, team? Did I hear so move to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Dave. Can I get a second?
Tom.
Second.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Jeff. All right, team, all in favor of paying the bills?
Aye.
Hands. Thank you very much. All right, we'll go right into the report of the projects committee. Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning. I will actually also let the minutes stand for the report if there's any questions.
Any questions or comments, team? All right, can we get a motion to approve the report?
I move.
Thank you, Tom. Can I get a second?
Josh, I'll
A
second.
second.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Jeff. All in favor of the approving the report of the projects committee, say aye or wave your hand.
Aye.
Got it. Thank you. All right, we'll now move into new and unfinished business. We'll turn this over to you, Jody. First on there is sponsorship for the 2021 NYS EDC opening reception, $5,000.
Yes, I reached out to the New York State EDC. That slot is still open. And in the past years, except for last year, in the past years, we've sponsored the opening night reception in Cooperstown. And I think the board suggested that we continue doing that practice. So we'd like a motion and approval to spend that money on the conference.
All right, what's the pleasure of the committee?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Andrew. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dave. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor of approving that sponsorship for 2021, say aye or wave your hands.
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, that passes. Next, we have a resolution authorizing the contract with Keystone Engineering. Jody?
Yes, as we discussed at both finance and projects 2 weeks ago, the federal EDA, Economic Development Administration, is strongly encouraging us to move ahead with this project. They said that they would grant an extension of time for it, but they want to see some progress being made. The big issue with us right now is that we need to have actually contract documents and bidding documents prepared, and actually then go out to bid to get an idea of a realistic schedule to get back to EDA. The estimated cost, as we discussed, was about $23,025. We would put in there not to exceed. I talked to the principal at Keystone. He thinks it'll come in less. And this resolution is contingent upon the county board approving a $600,000 loan to the IDA for the project. If they don't approve that on June 2nd, we won't move ahead with this. And I see Larry is on the screen as well. Larry, can you give an update of what's going on with the village and the town as far as the water and sewer districts?
So at our last town board meeting, we passed a resolution to form a committee specifically to work on the water and sewer districts, the intermunicipal agreements and the map engineering plan reports. I attended the village meeting this past Tuesday, and they also agreed to join that committee. It's essentially going to be the town board and the village board sitting down and working through these documents so that we can get them ready to create this district. So that's a pretty big step forward for these water and sewer districts in town. We're trying to do our part to get out of your way so you guys can continue with this project.
Great.
So with that, as we discussed at both committee meetings, I'd like to get approval to hire Keystone to begin the final designs and construction documents for the project and bidding documents. And that's what this resolution would allow. I would note that the county intergovernmental affairs committee, as well as the county's administration committee, both recommend approving a $600,000 loan to the IDA. So technically a majority of the members of the board sit on those two committees. So I'm hopeful that the county on Wednesday next week will adopt it.
So moved.
Thank you,
I'll
Craig.
second. I'll second.
Thank you, Dave. Any further discussion, team? All in favor of this resolution, either say aye or keep your hands.
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain? The motion passes. Thank you. Any other new or unfinished business to come before us today before we move into public comment period?
I'd just like to make two comments. One is that it's a positive note that Corning actually paid their administration fee as opposed to waiting till the last month of the year. They usually wait until December 28th to actually send us a check, so that they've actually gotten that to us in May is pretty amazing.
That's great.
The other thing is that I wasn't expecting Joe on the call today, but Joe, do you want to give Joe's prepared the actually closing documents for the Corning project. And then I don't know if we want to discuss Springbrook briefly.
What's the pleasure of the committee?
I'm interested to hear.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Thank you, Jody. Yeah, the documents have been distributed for Corning, and we're moving along. And I would expect a closing in June or July. I am pleased that they've paid their administrative fee, their annual administrative fee on the prior transaction. We do have an annual administrative fee for this new transaction that's been agreed to by them, and it's in the documents. So I think we're making progress there. And like I said, I expect a closing in June or July. With respect to the Springbrook project, we had a very, I thought, productive intro working group meeting earlier this week with the consulting team that Springbrook has hired to proceed with that project. They discussed preparation of the IDA application, and candidly, and I've only exchanged emails. I haven't actually met with Jody yet, but a fairly aggressive schedule of meetings in June and July and a closing in July. It certainly accommodate that. There are some procedural steps that we need to take, which involve certain number of calendar days, which we obviously can't reduce, but we'll be looking at the calendar to see if we can structure them around our regular meeting schedule. And again, Jody and I did not make any commitments to the project, the consultant team, but as you know, you can certainly hold a special meeting if it's something that you're willing to consider that you could do to accommodate the application schedule and the closing schedule, and move around the number of days that we need to hold a public hearing and do a pilot deviation resolution, et cetera. So that's my report on that project. I am reaching out at Jody's suggestion, which I thought was a very good one, to reach out to their counsel. I haven't spoken to him in probably, let's see, it was actually last August was the last time I connected with him. So I'm actually sending an email out to him this morning to brief him on the meeting that we had this week and to discuss a couple of legal issues that arose during the working group meeting. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Jody.
Yeah, on the Corning project, I'm assuming that will probably get around $147,000 for our fees. On the Springbrook project, their estimate is about $6 million right now, so that would be another $60,000 in revenues to us. So those are two good chunks. The thing that Joe was mentioning about our schedules, we may, if we have to, we may move our July board meeting a week later. There's 5 Thursdays in that month, and in order to make the 30-day required deviation from our policy, it would have to move, and we may have to move it by a week, but we'll let you know probably within the next few days.
Okay.
Do that or not.
All right, that sounds good. And this needs to go to the, is this going back to the projects committee next month first?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, team,
Yeah,
we'll have further discussion in the projects committee regarding these two projects.
The one thing that Springbrook hasn't done yet is that their board of directors meets next week to decide whether to move ahead with this project or not. It looks pretty promising, but it hasn't been decided yet until next week.
Okay, all right, good. All right, team, any other questions before we move into public comment period or comments? All right, we'll go right into public comment period. Anybody from the public who would like to speak? Seeing no one, we'll move on. Is there any need or desire to go into executive session? All right, if not, if I could just get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right, thank you both, and you don't need to have a vote as long as you have that. So thank you so much. We will now adjourn the COIDA board meeting, and we'll move into the OCCRC meeting. Megan, we'll do a roll call
Jeff Joyner,
here.
David Rowley,
Here.
Jeff Lord.
Jeff's on.
He's here.
He's here.
Mute.
Craig Galbsman.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Had trouble navigating.
There he is. Craig Galbsman.
Here.
Tom Armeo.
Here.
Patricia Kennedy is absent. Cheryl Robinson.
Here.
Andrew Marietta.
Here.
Josh Edmonds.
Here.
All right, thank you. We have a quorum. The chairman's remarks will be the same as we had at the previous meeting. Approval of the meeting minutes from our April 22nd meeting. Can I get a motion to approve?
So move, Cheryl.
Josh.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
Josh.
Thank you, Josh. All in favor, say aye, or please wave your hands.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Any new or unfinished business? We don't have any on the agenda. Anything that the team needs to bring up?
No.
All right. Is there an executive session that is needed, team? All right. If not, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you very much. All right. All in favor? Done. That is all I think we have on our agenda today, team, unless I'm missing something, Jody or Megan. All right. Well, thank you all very much. I appreciate your time this morning. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Okay,
Have a
day,
great
guys.
weekend, everybody.